So former Johannesburg Mayor Kabelo Gwamanda is on special leave from his community development MMC duties. He was placed on this leave by current Mayor Dada Morero yesterday. This comes after Gwamanda was arrested last Friday for allegedly defrauding Soweto residents in a funeral policy scam in 2011. But let's get some reaction with leadership and governance expert Professor Mazwe Majola. Professor Majola, good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us. Was this the right response from the current mayor, Mayor Dada Morero?
And good morning to you, Naledi. Thank you very much. Well, look, we must commend the mayor for at least taking a decision. But I do think that the executive has failed dismally here to really take a bold and a decisive decision. For him to place Gwamanda on the special leave instead of removing him, I think that is wrong. It's so wrong. It's very underwhelming. It's very disappointing because he should have just removed him, you know, to show and to demonstrate what he said that is showing the commitment, or what the decision that is made is about showing the commitment of the municipalities on integrity, good governance, and accountability. And I think that was just a slap on the wrist.
I mean, you've got to face some of the allegations that they're talking about here, right? You've got the Financial Sector Conduct Authority having found that Gwamanda was missing in action or disappeared. This is as some of his clients were looking for him because they deposited money into this, funeral policy, and then when they wanted to claim, he was nowhere to be found. So massive allegations there. What was it called? Itemba Lama Africa. But I want to look at I suppose, the mechanisms that are being used by the mayor here. Many people saying that he is invoking the ANC's step-aside rule, and if it does work in this context where we're talking about someone who's a member of Al-Jamaa, for instance.
Well, the executive mayor is the one who hires and fires the executive members, you know. So he's the one who really appointed Gwamanda into that executive portfolio, and he's got that responsibility to remove him whenever he deems fit. So what he has done, really, he has prioritized their relationship, or rather the ANC's relationship with Al-Jamaa, and try to placate and pacify the whole situation by just saying, look, I will take the decision, but I'll put you on a special leave instead of removing you. And then I'll find someone to act on your behalf. So that's a decision, but it's not sufficient decision. It's not bold enough for the allegation. There are very, very serious allegations that Gwamanda is facing. So the executive mayor lost an opportunity there, really, to demonstrate and to show the Joburg residents that, look, I'm your mayor, I respect you, I value, and I will never tolerate any unethical behavior in my executive. I will act decisively. So he has not done that.
You know, I'm thinking about how we were just this week looking at the Gauteng City Region Observatory, which looks at, satisfaction at a survey that ran, a satisfaction of respondents living in various parts of the province. And some of the data really concerning, right? Gauteng residents, and of that, of course, a great chunk of that is going to be in Johannesburg. 81% dissatisfied with government and 50% of them on grants. But I want to sit on the issue of 81% dissatisfied with government. The dissatisfaction that sits in, residences residents' views on service delivery, particularly in Johannesburg. And the message that, a move like this by the mayor then sends to those residents who are dissatisfied with service delivery, dissatisfied with the state of government in Johannesburg, and then you have a community development MMC who was placed on special leave. What's the message we're sending to residents?
Well, it's a very disappointing message. The mayor here, as I'm saying, that really he failed to demonstrate to the residents that, look, I'm a bold mayor, and I will never tolerate any wrongdoings in my executive. I, as a mayor, put you or prioritize you, residents of Johannesburg, over any inter-party or political party relationship, because it's exactly what he has done. We don't know how long Gwamanda will be faced with this case. So for him to, the cases like these, they take longer. They may be 1 year. It may go up until 2026. That is why I'm asking. Unfortunately, I don't have all the details in terms of, is it a special leave on full pay, or is it a special leave without pay? What kind of a special leave is this? He could have just removed him and speak to Al-Jama to say, look, because of our coalition agreements, you can replace your representative, give us another councillor or another someone that can take. But because obviously could have gone back to Al-Jama and find someone there. But I know that obviously they don't have many councillors there. So this thing of taking a decision, but also it's a faint-hearted decision, it's not really courageous, it's not good for leadership, because that result that we've just mentioned now, Naledi, really comes down to leadership. That people are saying, look, we don't trust you as our leader. So the executive mayor must really exhibit and demonstrate that and restore the trust to the residents of Johannesburg.
Here's the real issue here, is that if the allegations of fraud against former Mayor Kabelo Gwamanda are true, the victims here are not just generally the residents of Johannesburg who were led by him for a certain period of time, but certainly the victims of this funeral Ponzi scam. And so there's something to be said about the fact that whether or not this is a reactive response that we're seeing in leadership, right, where Dada Morero is reacting reactively, that perhaps even Kabelo Gwamanda should not have made it into the mayoral office in the first place, with these allegations going all the way back to 2011 and 2012.
Well, already we have heard that he was not correctly vetted in the first place. So that was even when he was he was made an executive mayor at that time. He was not vetted, and I would say in terms of leadership, and two or rather three of them here are wrong as leaders. Number one, the first person who's wrong is Gwamanda himself, because after this allegation, or even after he was charged on Friday, he was really supposed to step down on his own volition, to say that as a public leader, I'm faced with these allegations, so I would like to step down. To his own party, Al-Jama, is very wrong, because Al-Jama was supposed to be the one who takes serious decisive steps or action against Gwamanda, to say, look, you are our representative, that we are faced with these allegations, so we would like to remove you or would like to recall you as our representative. And thirdly is the executive mayor himself for not removing him from his position.
Okay. Well, we're going to have to leave it there, Prof. We really do appreciate your time, though. Thank you so much for speaking to us, Professor Mazwe Majola, leadership and governance expert.